Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Frank. Welcome back. How y'all doing? It's Monday, December 2nd? 2nd? Whatever, you guys are going to see it on Tuesday. So, hey, today's a different video. So what we're doing today, I got, dun dun dun, my silver that I ordered. Remember you guys remember on one of my videos I was saying I was ordering some silver? So it finally came, and I thought maybe I'd show you kind of how it comes. Yeah, I know. So maybe we'll talk, and so we'll call this like an unboxing. And it's in this box. Let's see if we can, So it actually came by USPS, which is interesting. But you guys see it comes insured. It's got the tracking, but there's signature delivery, so they won't put this on your door. This actually, I think, size-wise fits. I got one of those boxes, whatever, the communal boxes. I think this fits. So if you don't answer it, they've been putting them in that mailbox because those have a key, right? But I have noticed if it's over a certain value, they don't. So this wasn't over their amount. But we'll show you what's in here. So yeah, I get this from the majority of the things that I buy silver-wise online is through SD Bullion. I just use them. They're actually kind of local. I think I told you guys they're actually from their mailing address is from Michigan. They might be like right on the border of like right around Toledo. I don't know. It says Michigan. It comes in, but interesting enough, when you open this, it actually says SD bearings. So because it's heavy, right? And it's like a ball bear. Like, oh yeah, it's a wheel bearing, right? So I kind of like that. It's a little bit of added, we'll say security. So anyway, I don't want to cut myself. We got our little trusty, little whatever. Anyway, hopefully, yeah. So they got a mail bubbler on it. They do a great job of packaging these things. Whatever you get, yeah. So, man. So we first, and I like that because, right, the box is cardboard, right? So they actually wrap this, right? So especially like in the wintertime or if it's raining. Yeah, and they tape the outside pretty good. So, all right. Oh, my Lord. Finally got that off. Whoop. We'll take care of that later. Yeah, so nice. This box, you could probably reuse these boxes, man. But, after like holding like 20 of them, I don't know how many. I got a couple of these. But these are really good. They're almost, I wish they were a certain size because I got cards. But yeah, it doesn't, anyway. And this tape here is like heavy duty tape. Yeah, this, but it looks like they just did that one side. Sometimes they do along that split edge sometimes, and then sometimes they put it here, so the heavier it is, they'll just keep taping the heck out of it. So anyway, with ado, oh my Lord, this thing is stuck. And then look, so can't really, maybe we might have to kind of, sorry guys, you can't see my beautiful face. So they got it, they packed this thing here good, and then they got like another, there might be something in here actually. Oh yeah, there is. When they do the gold, it says like there's a coin in here, don't throw away. So I like how they, so you don't forget. Alright, so we got that in here. They always give you a business card. So there you guys go. That's the company. Come on, why don't you focus, buddy? Come on. There you go. So that's, yeah. So they're pretty good. They got pretty good prices actually. like I said, some of the online play. I don't know. They keep giving me a whole bunch of stuff in here. What is this? His Pods? What is that? Oh, this is like a donation. Christian Learning Centers. Yeah. Alright, and they give you, your order. Yeah, why is it? Oh, it's like on 3 pages. Anyway, we'll use that to kind of check. Oh my gosh. Frank bought all sorts of stuff in here. I bought some governmental silver. Oh my gosh, there's more in here than I thought. How much did I order? They had like a Black Friday special. Oh, here we go. We'll put it. Here we go. Hello. All right. Yeah. They had a special. Like it was like $1 per. I don't know, something like that. It was like less than $1 an ounce for the premiums, which is actually really good. So, I'm trying to remember. I think we picked up. We'll get into it. Like 40. All right. So we'll get like the boring gold. Oh no! I almost cut my. I'm good. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty safe, but guess what? I had it like that. So, close it, Frank. And now we're going to open it again. But yeah, it fell on the ground. Thank God yeah, I'm pretty safe with them. But anyway. Come on. Sorry, guys. Can't cut it as fast as probably you want it. You're like, come on, man. Alright, so these are the generic silver that I got for the Black Friday special. Man, yeah, this is some good bubble wrap, too. Sometimes you can get it so that you can actually reuse it. For what? I don't know. Unless you want to sell it again. Actually, I never thought about that. Maybe you want to keep some of this stuff so that you can resell. I don't know. I don't plan on selling anytime soon unless silver goes whoop way up. All right, so actually, I'm so glad they did this. So sometimes they set these are rolls. They're not from the U.S. Mint or hang on, no, U.S. Mint ones are a little different. So here's a roll of Eagles. Yeah, the 2025 one should be coming out sometime in January. So I'll probably be ordering another. I probably can't order it, but it's pre-release. Or pre-order, I should say. Pre-release. I'm sounding like from a Magic player. Yeah, but they got this tape. This tape is like industrial type. And they got their little logo on there. So I normally just try to take the tape off. Sorry. There we go. And then, because we can put it back on. That's why I didn't want to cut it. We'll put it over here for now. Man, my table's looking real messy. It was all cleaned up here. I was working from home. It's sticky. Sticky. Man, that thing was sticky. Alright, so yeah, they're like a little clamp, like a little top here, man. And they snap in. Oh my lord. Yeah, it's on there good. Oh, they put a packing peanut. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look. I don't want to leave that in there, so I normally take that out. Only because, I don't know. I swear, I think I had one where they call it milk spotting or whatever. It'll make contact on the silver. It's more of a cosmetic thing. So I choose to get them off. And the Mint used to do that, but they got rid of it. But that's just during it's a good thing for shipping, so at least it doesn't wiggle around because it's not, it's not super tight. But anyway, these are, what are these? These little buffaloes. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are so they're just like the buffalo nickel or the Indian nickel. So isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, it's funny. It's so oh, there we go. I gotta kind of move it around. Yeah, the light's really. Yeah, and then the back. You can notice it's not a coin because it would be upside down. If you guys don't know that, so on the, they call this the obverse because you're observing it, and then this is the obverse, whatever. But on a coin, the image would be upside down. So, but anyway, there's the buffalo. So we got 1 roll, 2 rolls, so 40. Because I think yeah, that's what it was. So they had if you ordered up to 20, it was a certain amount, but if you got 40, I think it was 80, maybe it was 89 cents. So less than $1, and with silver being about 30 some dollars and change. That's actually a really good premium. I was tempted to buy a bunch just because of the premium. Because you typically spend around probably close to 10%, right? So it'd be like $3. That's $3 per coin, right? So, so instead of spending 120, right, I spent 40, right? That's $80, right? So that's like almost 3 extra ounces of silver. So it adds up, right? So if you buy this stuff over time, so that's why you want to try and get. I don't know if they still have the deal. They sometimes extend them, but anyway. So we got 2 of those. Let's see what else we got here. I got all kind of bought. Oh, I think this is so the Perth Mint, especially recently. So they've been having, you know how there's the Chinese New Year and there's a new like animal for every year. So the snake one just is out for 2025. They're actually shipping them already. So I guess they're already released. So I ended up buying some. So I think this is the proof. Yeah, so this is like an example of what if you're just getting into stacking. This is more for me. I'm a collector-ish. I used to actually get all, they had so much of the different product. I kind of scaled it back significantly. So with this, okay. Yeah, it's the lunar thing. So this year is a snake. Look at that. This is actually a proof coin. So it's 1 ounce silver, and I'm trying to remember what this cost. It was under, I think it was like not quite $100. Yeah, I know. But it's low mintage. I think it even says it in here. But these are really cool. They give you a nice presentation box. So they have a nice box on the outside, but it's got this. It's actually magnetic. And then you got a card. Let's see here. Mintage. Wow, it's actually really low. Is that actually right? I'll put my glasses on real quick. You guys can see how low. Yeah. 7,500? Wow. So it's only there's only 7,500 mintage, so pretty low mintage. But it's got a nice little velvet little bag on it. Check that out. Hopefully, do I have it upside down? Yeah, we have it upside down. So it's like it's a proof is this mirror image. If you guys don't know. But yeah, this box, they do the packaging they give is just chef's kiss. I wish the U.S. Mint did it. At least recently, the Mint finally came back with their clamshells. But yeah, so it comes in there, and it's got the guy on the front, and then that's the, yep. All right, so we try to buy one. We just get one. They have like a colorized one, and yeah. So anyway, we did buy a couple different. So this is that's the proof. So this is more of a collector coin. All right, we got to put it back. Oop. Yeah, I really like how they do that. So that's, yeah. So the premium on that is significant, right? So if silver's 35 or whatever, and I'm paying, we'll just say it's 100. I don't remember. You know, you're paying, 3 times, 3 times the value. You're like, oh my god. All right, so what is in this big envelope here? I don't know why they put it in this big envelope. All the other coins, they kind of put them in double wrap. Man, these things are sticky. Maybe I should just cut it, man. But these are really good. I mean, you can... it's kind of torn already. Oh, that's why they put it in this bag. Ah. So this is... What is this? It's, oh yeah, this is from the Germany. Germania. Yeah, Germania mint. So, oh, that's nice they put it in a bag for me, actually. That's kind of cool. So that the certificate's like this. And this is actually just like a bullion coin. And I don't know what it is, but I love these bullion coins. They're actually premium wise. Actually, well, this one in particular might be a little bit more than like Silver Eagle. Check that out though. So that's the back. Man, I wish it kind of come out a little bit better. It's got the double eagle. Check that out. 5 marks. Isn't that beautiful, man? Look at that. That's a bullion coin. It's not even a proof coin. So I don't know. I think this might have cost like, not quite $40. So for a bullion coin, for a government bullion coin, it's probably high end. I'm not sure why the Germania mint is actually kind of high, but that's Germania. And if actually a slight little tangent here, if you notice, a lot of cultures, the double eagle, you see that in many cultures. So we'll call it the spirit of the land, right? Is female. And I forgot, it's part of history, but I can't remember the name right now. I'm getting too old or something. But so they call this Germania, right? But like the French have one, the lady, we have one, Walk in Liberty. Or I'm sorry, not Walk like but we have one for Americana. I think even the Italians, the British, I can't remember. I think they do. So yeah, if you notice that, I think like in India, they have Durga, I think. But yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Yeah, anyway, let's moving on. This might be getting a longer video here because it took us forever to open this stuff. All right, open up. What is in here? Oh yeah, okay. So we saw the Perth Mint, and that was the proof. But here's the bullions style of them. I ended up buying a roll. And that's another thing. Most rolls are 20. The exception is, I know the British, theirs is 25. And I think the Canadian silver or maple leaf, the silver maple leaf, this is 25. And maybe the Philharmonic. Yeah, anyway. I try to get them all this year. There's a couple that I'm missing. Alright, bag. So it's the little snake guy. Again. There we go. It's kind of shiny. Sorry, the lighting is in here. And it's the same back. So it looks like I can't remember. Was that the same front? It looks very similar. It should be, but I'm not 100% sure. Because sometimes they have a different front between the two. So this is a roll, but look how it's not like this one where all the coins are touching, right? So these are actually in capsules. So it's a roll of 20, and then it's got this, we'll call it, wrap around it. So I used to get 100 of these every year. So now I'm only getting 20. Yeah, I think last year was the dragon. I probably should have got 100. I only got, because the thought was, they would appreciate in value from a collector standpoint, and I would resell them. But maybe that wasn't the greatest plans. All right, so then I bought. They they have different sizes of that coin, right? So they have a half ounce, 1 ounce, a 2 ounce. I don't think I bought the big ones. I think they had like a 5 ounce and then like 1 kilo. I got the 1 kilo dragon. That's pretty cool. All right, so these are not. All right, no, those are different. All right, so we're gonna get, because I wanted to just get all the little snake ones out of the way first. All right, there's that bag. Oh my gosh, yeah. And if it doesn't have a capsule, they have like they call it I think it's a PVC. I'm not 100%. It's basically a vinyl. They call them flips, but it's like a 2-inch plastic. We'll show you here when we get to it eventually. All right, so everything's out of the bags. All right, so that's the snaky. Yeah, I call him Snake. Okay. Oh, they kind of put them all over the place, huh? I thought they were in the same. Let's see here. Oh. So we got a 1 ounce. This must be the half ounce. So here's the little flip. Although it's funny, it's in a capsule, so. So yeah, so it's the same coin. Come on. Wow. In the back, same thing. Well, that's a half ounce. And then I thought I bought a 2 ounce. Here's like a. Yeah, this should. Oh, this one's 2 ounces? Oh, okay. I thought this was 5 ounces. Alright, so this is the. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to remember everything that I ordered, and I didn't want to look at the list. So here's the same one. It's just bigger, 2 ounces. It is just much larger. These are all 4.9s, I believe. I can't tell on the camera. Come on. Yeah, right there, 4.9s. So that's what's called pure silver. Alright, so those are the snakes. Man, look at all these things. Alright, so then I got, let's see. The Perth Mint also makes a couple other coins. I already have the Kookaburra from this year, I believe. So I won't be showing that to you. But they also make, look at this little guy. They make a koala. What's really nice, I wish I'm not sure. I kind of like the American Eagle, but what they do is, even though there's a koala every year, the picture is different. So it'll be a different koala every year. It's got the same back, but yeah. And they do that with the Kookaburra. There's another one. I can't remember which. There's a whole bunch. Let's see. Yeah, so they also make an emu. An emu. I'm not sure if they've done an emu every year. Yeah. Some crazy bird down in Australia, right? Australia. Is this another Australian one? Oh yeah, this must be new. I have no idea. This little guy just looked like a little. He kind of looks like a chinchilla. Yeah, like almost like a. It kind of looks like a squirrel, like a little bear. Look at that little guy. Doesn't it kind of looks like a bear and a mouse? I don't know. It's like a bear but the size of a mouse. I don't know. You guys know what that is? I've never seen that. Yeah. So this is like, I've never seen that any other year. So I believe that's all from the Canadian Mint. Yep. Okay. So then we got. These are Mexican. I don't want to say libetard, but it's basically Liberty. I don't know how to say it, but now it's the same pattern. Yeah, man, it's funny. The flip is real clear, but it's not focusing very well. And I don't like to use my fingers. What's it doing? Yeah, there we go. So the front's the same. It's just a different year. So every year it's kind of like the... And then this is the back. Come on. Come on, camera. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. See? Yeah. And I think the years... Yeah, you can't really tell, but they have the year on the rim. Just trust me, bro. Yeah, you kind of saw it there. Anyway. Yeah, the Mexican Mint, these premiums are a little higher, so I just, like I said, I normally get one. It wasn't that much more. Alright, so then we have, they call it the Royal Canadian Mint, and they make silver maple leaves. And these are probably, outside of the Silver Eagle, these are probably pretty popular too. Their premiums are lower. So, and again, these are actually a bullion coin. And I swear, if you didn't know that, you thought like, oh my gosh, why is it so much? It's so much shinier. So I mean, look at that. That's a bullion. They call that a bullion coin. So yeah, I think the U.S. Mint needs to make some improvements. So that's the Canadian maple leaf, and they pretty much are the same pattern as well. They were putting like a privy mark. Oh, it looks like they do have the privy mark on now. It's like a little. You can't. I don't even know if it's gonna come into the. It's right there. It's not really coming into focus. Sorry, I don't know. My camera's not that great apparently. And then we got the rest are from England, Great Britain, whatever you want to call it, right? They call it Britannias. And there's, so that's basically another female warrior. That's it, female warriors. Yeah. So every year, it's the same pattern. They change, King George is now, whatever, the emperor, because Elizabeth died the other year. Was it Elizabeth? Yeah, Elizabeth. So that's the normal one. They also make a series. It's actually they're 2 ounces, and they're called either Studers or Queen's Beasts. But they're basically all we'll call them the houses, right? Come on. There we go. So that one is the Seymour Unicorn. Same guy in the back. Same thing. And then this one, which one is this one? The favorite one I have is like the Red Dragon of Wales. That was awesome. I got that one. I'm trying to remember if I don't know if I have it available right now. Oh, here's a Tudor dragon. Okay, yeah. So there was another dragon. Check them out. So yeah, these are 2 ounce, and I believe these are 4 9s as well. So anyway, let's see. Do we got anything else? Yeah, that's a long video. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Coin wise, right? You don't have anything in here, right? Any free coins in there? No. All right. So then we can kind of make sure we got everything. We got to put our glasses on for the receipt. Yeah, you can log off if you want here. Yeah, so we got we got that one. We got that one. GL, yeah, Germania. Yep, yeah, it says Libertad. Libertad, not Libitard. Libertad. Whoops. Yeah, we got that. We got the lunar. Yeah. And the beast, the emu, the maple leaf, the lunar 1 ounce, half ounce. Yeah, 20 of them, 40. Yep. So they give you a list, everything in there, so you can check everything that you were on your order. So yeah, what'd you guys think? Yeah, I used to buy a lot more. I was consistently stacking. So I think I told you before, everyone, that instead of that, well, it's a different amount because I'm also trying to save more in cash so that I have. The idea is I don't want to sell my stuff, right? I don't want to be in that position where I have to sell, right? I want to sell because I'm either selling to get into another asset, right? You know, we call that swing trading. You go from one asset class to the other, right? Also, my gold and silver is more of a, I'll call it borderline generational wealth. So this is not really meant to be sold per se, although it's just me. So I don't know. Eventually, if there's nothing to give away, and then I'll be selling. But you know, it'd be really nice, you know, if I actually, you know, we'll say, you know, make it or become successful or super wealthy, right? Then I could give that up, right? Like, even though, hey, I don't need it, right? And I can give it to somebody else, right? At least that's the thought, right? I don't know. Maybe an Anderson years ago had the same plan and everything fell apart. I don't know. But yeah, so the idea is that I have cash. I don't, you know, if I don't have to sell it. But I'm also, we'll say, stacking, because it's not really stacking. So I'm also buying crypto. But I just kind of started. So if you take my we'll call it portfolio of assets, right? It's like so small. I don't even think the entire balance. It's probably like less than 1%. So the idea is this year, instead of spending either, you know, saving a whole bunch of cash or buying a bunch of silver and gold, it's kind of like, all right, save a little bit of cash. I don't really need a lot right now. I already kind of at the goal that I kind of want. Obviously, more the merrier. So pretty much any extra money that I have from we'll call it free cash. Maybe we'll have a video about that. You know, kind of. Although I might need to show it, right? So I gotta. Someone. I don't know. Maybe I gotta look on YouTube, man. Frank, take your own advice. Look on YouTube. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. But so maybe we'll do like a balance sheet. You know, what it is, what it does, right? And then like I think it's an income statement, balance sheet, and then they call it free cash flow. Pretty much the big ones are the income statement. That's kind of like your budget, if you will, right? You got your incomes coming in. You know, you got incomes, your inflows, and then your outflows, right? So whatever that delta is, right, for month to month, we'll call that free cash flow, right? You know, extra money, right? So then that goes. But a statement of cash flows is actually important for businesses and for corporations, because they got to plan when they, you know, right? Because not every bill is like, you know, for a lot of us folks, right? You know, we pretty much have the same bills, right? There are some emergency cases, right? But that's actually in a corporate world, right? You can actually have a positive income statement, but you're like bleeding cash, right? Because you got these big you know, you incurred these a couple of years ago, but you're finally paying it out, right? So that's why it's more important for them, right? And a balance sheet is kind of what that really means is you have your assets and then your liabilities. So we'll get it. I hope to get in a video, but really good to kind of show that. If you want rich dad poor dad guy, I don't want to say all bad, but he's a big believer into that. But he does a really good job of explaining what those are. So you can look that up, and then he would always like draw it out, right? But yeah, you can kind of look at that. But maybe we can get into that, and we can kind of funnel it down for our purposes, right? Like we don't need all this stuff all the time, but yeah. So the idea is to get these particular assets, right? So I also want to have a little bit of cash, right? Because something's going to go on sale. We know we're going to have some economic hard times. So what's probably going to be on sale? Probably stocks, especially if there's a big liquidity event. I mean, maybe even bonds. But if there's a liquidity event, I ain't buying bonds because eventually, right? Liquidity means you need cash now, right? So that's why the only bonds I've been buying are bills, and they're 1 month bills, right? So that's a very, very short time window. But anyway, with that said, yeah, I mean, stocks are just the evaluations are way too high, way too high. They need to come down just to be in a normal, right? If they sell off, they'll be significantly down, right? But where that is, when, I don't know, right? So I would be looking for any type of, we'll call them big company, like a blue chippy company that has a dividend, right? So like the last time around, 2008, 2009, a lot of companies that had some decent dividends, right? I mean, when you were buying them near the bottom, as you were buying, because what you want to do is you start bleeding, start buying them, right? Even though it's going down, right? Because you're in accumulation phase, or at least that's the idea, right? But so the price might be going down, right? But your dividend's actually going up, or I should say your dividend yield. And that's that's another thing too, is you want to get into a company that doesn't necessarily reduce their dividend all the time. A lot of companies have a dividend, the sign of first trouble, they just reduce their dividend, right? Or like GM, it's zero. But a lot of companies that have been doing it for a while, they have a certain amount, right? So as the share price goes down, your dividend yield actually goes up. So like in 2008, 2009, a lot of people were getting like easily over 10% dividend yield. So imagine that, right? So not only are you buying it, but you're actually getting a passive income from that, because you're getting like about a 10%, right? But then also that stock price most likely is going to recover. So there's going to be also a capital gains on that, or a potential capital gains, right? You don't actually get the gains until you sell it, right? So I would rather have more passive income flow, but right, that's why you want assets at a certain time, and this particular asset is going to pay you to hold it, right? That's what you really want, because everything else is just a capital gains, right? You're buying it in hopes of it going up in value. And then you got to factor inflation, right? No one talks about that, right? Because we have probably a big downturn coming, but also with that, we might also have a bout of high inflation, or maybe borderline, we'll call it hyperinflation. Because like in the 70s, we sort of kind of had that. This time around, I don't know. It might be brief. It might be weird. But yeah. So that's where Frank's head is at. So I'm not buying any stocks right now. But we'll see, right? If it comes down. But again, if we get rid of the IRS and we back our money by gold and silver, well then, geez, gold and silver might look like a good thing, right? But you don't want to put everything in one thing, right? You can't just, these people that put all their money in crypto and go, oh, look at what I did. Oh, they kind of got lucky, right? Like, who would put, right? Like even in 2020, right? I think Bitcoin was like 10 grand. And I was like, oh, maybe I should put 10 grand in, right? And I would have had one Bitcoin, right? So, okay, fine, right? It's at, almost 100,000 right now, right? But, why would you, right? 10,000, why would someone put 100 grand in Bitcoin, back in 2020, right? Like, But anyway, everything's hindsight, right? But you don't want to be you want to be buying an asset as it's, as it's coming down. You're never going to get it at the bottom, right? And then once it starts appreciating in value, there's probably another asset going down. If we have true hyperinflation, I'll kind of say all bets are off, right? Because let's just say something goes up by 10%, but if inflation is 10%, then to be honest, you didn't gain anything. Actually, to be honest, it's actually a net negative. Why? Because you got to pay taxes. So let's say you bought it here and this much, right? And your purchasing power was there, right? But you're going to pay taxes on that capital gains. So it's a net negative. Now, if inflation is 10%, but you can make 12%, okay, great, you got 2%, but then taxes. This is why it's a problem, right? Like, we got to do the best we can, right? So yeah, I don't know what's going to go down, or a lot of people speculate there might be very short window, a severe, we'll call it deflation. Like again, no liquidity, right? So there might be a brief moment in time where cash is king, but if it's a bad event, it's going to be money go brr. It's going to be the money printer, like bzzz. Or they'll have to do that because they need liquidity, but then in the same breath, people lose confidence, right? Because our money is fiat. It's all it's based by confidence. If everyone woke up and just said, "No, we ain't going to use it," guess what? The dollar ain't worth anything. But there's always going to be people out there that doubt, right? So there's always going to be, another sucker, right? But yeah, so imagine that, right? Like they got to print like crazy, right? But then there's no confidence, right? And then they'll be forced to back it by something. The question is, what are they going to back it by, right? There's lots of speculation. Silver, gold, the combination thereof. It's not going to be 100% backed. Is it going to be convertible? That's another thing. You can have a monetary system that's backed by something, but if it's not convertible, meaning if I have a receipt, right? I have it right here. I have an old silver certificate right here. Yeah, this is actually a silver certificate. Look at the top. It doesn't say Federal Reserve note. This is silver certificate. This is what our money used to be. So we could use this, and why it's called, if you actually, maybe we'll have a long, it was called receipt money, because back during the Middle Ages, or during the Crusades, the Knights Templar, that's how the first banks came about. You would deposit your gold and you got a receipt. Then you traveled and you went to another, somewhere else. And, Knights Templar were everywhere, right? So you'd go there, show them the receipt, and you get a gold, right? If everything is in the same, measure of weight, right? And that's how we started using paper. But what's funny is we don't use paper anymore. But anyway, this is a silver certificate. So when we say backed, right, this dollar is backed by an ounce of silver. Well, not quite an ounce of silver. Because there's a measure of, but you would get a silver dollar, right? Do I have an old, yeah, I got an old silver dollar right here. So here's a Morgan. So you go to the bank, you say, hey, I hate this piece of crap, paper money, give me that. So you would get that. So it's backed by silver, but the convertibility, right? Because they could tell you this is backed by silver, but if you can't go to the bank, right, and go, hey, this is backed by silver, I want my silver, and they say, no, you can't have it, then it's not convertible. So from my perspective, just saying it's backed by something is irrelevant. You have to be able to convert it, right? So all this talk, because there's talk about having cryptocurrency backed by gold and silver. It's like, okay. So now you're talking about a bunch of ones and, because we already have a digital dollar, if you will, right? Well, if I can't go somewhere, right, and go, here's my Bitcoin, I want my gold, right? And they're like, no. Well, then what the heck? It ain't backed by anything, right? So anyway, sorry, long video. 40. Oh man, I'm starving, man. 6:30. Oh my gosh, this has got to be one of my longest videos of all time. So anyway, I kind of went on a rant there at the end, but it's actually good if you actually listen to the rest of this video. You got some good stuff out of it, right? So anyway, if anything was a good thing, you want more info, hey man, put it down. Come on. Anyway, see you guys. Bye.